Our military hero of the month is second-class petty officer Eric Kittedel. He joined the Navy right out of high school.
It was like most people say, I want to travel the world, I want to create a solid foundation, I want to get an education, and through my service I did all of that.
You saw a lot of the world. You went from Northern California to where?
I was stationed in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, on the USS Bataan for 5 years, and then I was at NAS Jax for 2 years for shore duty.
But Eric didn't get any one of those glamorous jobs. He spent his tour in the boiler room.
It was all spent about 9 decks down below sea level, and lighting boilers off, cleaning burner barrels. We had the fuel system, oil system, everything is in there. Even the shaft goes through our space.
Eric says his Navy experience was, on the one hand, exhilarating, but on the other hand, traumatizing.
What happened was the sight glass broke, and we had to isolate the sight glass. If the water in the boiler goes too high or too low, then we risk boiler explosion. So at one point they said pull the plug, and they hit the stop button, shut everything down.
The USS Bataan is a massive ship. It is an amphibious assault ship ready to transition from a sea to a land battle.
We'd load up 1,500 Marines on our ship, all their equipment, all their LCACs, which are their hovercrafts that come out the back of the ship. We're an amphibious ship, so we're fully functional to drop the Marines and go to war whenever we need to.
One of those missions was to Haiti after a massive earthquake. When you're young and haven't seen this level of destruction, it's hard to forget.
We were the first ship there. We beat Red Cross to the site, and all we saw was just destruction and bodies. I mean, it was devastation. Mm-hmm. Animals, bodies, women, children, brothers, all didn't make it. Because on that island, I don't know if you've been there, but it's all metal shacks and wooden shacks and cardboard. Like, they don't have structures like we have here.
Eric was selected for recognition because after his coming home, he found out that the stresses of his service were not going away.
When it came to the point where I didn't want to live anymore, that's when I knew I needed help. And so I reached out. Instead of being quiet and keeping to myself and, doing what I shouldn't do, I reached out to get help. And through the VA crisis line, they helped a lot too.
As a part of his coming home, Eric decided to write a book.
Because I hadn't actually been diagnosed with PTSD when I wrote the book. But if you listen to the title, those who served yet still serve. So that meaning when you get out, you're still serving the military, but you're not in the military. That was a huge release because I'm not as good as talking as I am as writing. Mm-hmm. And putting my thoughts on paper, because I feel like nobody's listening, so I can actually be my true self and say whatever I want to say without judgment.
If you know a military hero and want to tell us their story, go to crossroadstoday.com/military hero and let us know. I'm Maclovio Perez, 25 News Now.